Hey there guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris Army and we're playing some Motorsport Manager today with ZRT. We're going to be high up on the grid, we're going to be low down in the standings, and yeah, this is the halfway point now, so we do need to get a bit of a move on. You can see Valdez and Cruz not so great there. We have done okay in races themselves and we're up into 8th at the moment. We need to get higher. So I'm looking for a good result here at the race. So 2nd or above is where we're going to aim, because I really do believe that we should be able to maybe win this. We won in Munich and Tondela, 13th in between though for Milan. Not the best at all. Now, Cruz has got the better car. Valdez is upset with that. But we're not really going to worry too much about that. So top end speed I think is crucial here, as well as I think it was the front wings. So a little bit of downforce and top end speed is going to be nice and useful on the acceleration, I believe. So we're going to look at that. Maybe a little bit more downforce, a little bit more top end speed, and maybe a touch of understeer or maybe a touch of oversteer, depending. We'll have a look at where the mechanics think, but I want to go just off center, I think, on the handling. So let's get Cruz and Valdez set up here. So let's go, yeah, 15.5, 25.5, so we'll come down a little bit here. Do we want more than that? Maybe we do. So we go to 16s, and that puts the oversteer up a little bit. And we'll go there, because I think the top speed's where we want to be. So let's look at that. I think that's a good starting place. A little bit more downforce. Top speed might be better than acceleration here, especially with the long straights. Acceleration through here, maybe, but we're speeding up, slowing down, speeding up, slowing down. But then we're going round here pretty fast, and then round here pretty fast, so I'd say top end speed, and let's work on those super soft. Definitely high here, so we're going to go on a little bit more for him, because he actually started out outside the comfort zone. Again, that little bit of oversteer is nice, but once more, I want some top end speed. So let's try that. Let's try that. Give them a bit of oversteer, higher downforce, and a bit more top end speed. Not too much difference, a bit more downforce for Cruz. That's what he seemed to want. So that's a good place to start, I feel, on this this first practice session. So let's get Cruz out then on a 1 lap. That is absolutely fine. Let's get him out. There we go. And 1 lap as well for Valdez, just to see where he is too. So let's get those tyres warmed up nice and early. And then up to high, then up to overtake, then up to overtake. So I've been told maybe to experiment with that and just sort of, you know, push them along bit by bit. And that gets things a little bit better. So gearing, dodgy, okay? I've got my notes here to take. So gearing is dodgy. Let's see what feedback. Perfect gears. So we got the gears right with Valdez. We didn't get them right with Cruz. That's something to work on. We will figure out how that comes into play. But the aero, Cruz likes his aero. I hope he's not talking about chocolate bars. Downforce bang on, which is what we want to see from Valdez. And that means what's going to happen on the handling in that case. Too much roll, so it's too soft, and that's too hard. So okay, we know what we're doing now. We're softening the handling on Valdez's setup, and yeah, we're softening Valdez. We're going to harden the handling for Cruz. We're going to also do something with the downforce. I'm not sure what with the downforce though. Let's make sure we're not wasting too much time. So good, poor, okay. Not the best. Not the best. So the tires, not the tires. The handling, he said, was too soft. So that means he wants more oversteer, right? So yeah, he wanted harder steering. So we've tightened that up, a bit more oversteer. That's going to bump up the acceleration too. And he quite liked that downforce. We're going to mess that about a bit and see where those go. See if that goes up into great. Hopefully that'll go up into good. If it goes below poor, then we know he actually wants more understeer. And then we'll see what happens to that as well. So 3 laps on that tire. And let's send him out. So what was that? That was good, poor, okay. And it looks like we've got ourselves a great, poor, good. So Valdez's setup was much better. So let's go and take a look there. Now he wants softer handling, which to me says he wants more understeer. So we're not going to touch the downforce much. Let's just try and nudge it a little bit higher. See if we can get an excellent or not there. I think maybe that's a little bit too much on the gear, so let's drop that down. And he wants understeer as well. Quite a lot of understeer. So I'm thinking about that, because poor is a long way off. So poor to okay to good to great, excellent. You know, if that goes to a good, maybe I've gone a bit too far. But I'm hoping that's going to be about a great. That's great to excellent, hopefully. And then good towards great / excellent. If it doesn't go that way, then we know it's more acceleration. It's basically how I set up my practice sessions. I have been asked how I do them and, you know, why I get such good results from them. It is a little bit of guesswork, and it is a little bit more of this kind of micromanagement, let's say. So let's get him up to high, and then overtake, up to high, and then up to overtake. We are watching Cruz for these next 4 minutes. Now we'll get super soft and race trim level 2, and we'll probably get setup knowledge high from Cruz. We won't get anything more than medium from Valdez. Let's see what this feedback comes back as. Gear ratio's way too short, but plus handling because it's better. So gears, aero handling. I make notes. I write down GAH and then what each comment's on. So on the right hand side is Cruz, left hand side is Valdez. So that's fantastic. Speed balance is worse. So that's minus there on the gears for Valdez. We need to hear about aero from Valdez and the handling from Cruz. Isn't responsive enough. Non-responsive. So plus oversteer, and he's hitting the limiter on the straights. So we need more top end speed in that case. So we did get high, we did get medium, we did get level 2s. It wasn't a great practice session. It looks like Valdez actually did okay there. And then we go to great, poor, poor. So that good went up to a great. The poor stayed a poor. The okay dropped down. And aero's just right. We saw right at the end for Valdez, the aero is just right. So I'm happy there. I am happy there. So doing well. I don't think we did. Good effort. Nice practice. Probably there with Valdez. And we got rain. Are you kidding me? You gotta be kidding me. Like, we got level 2s on super softs. And now it's raining. And we're gonna have to start on inters. Oh my, yes, we're starting on inters. And if it rains more after lap 3, then we might be staying on inters. And if it dries at the end, then we've got a chance at super soft, I guess. Although, it might just keep drying, I don't know. We'll take a look at that around lap 2, lap 3 and see what's to come. So what do we do? What do we do? I love the fact that that has gone from poor to great. But that's gone from good down to okay. So he really wants more top speed. How much more top speed? Well, it was underneath the A, so let's put... What was that? It was only good, wasn't it? So... if we do that, we keep a great, and that might go to excellent, might drop down a tiny bit, but I think that's going to stay... Yeah, it won't go to excellent, will it? But it might go to great. Okay, now it might go to excellent. And that okay is a big jump. That might land us in good or great. Probably not excellent, but it's a good enough shot, really. So it's going to be better than 85. It's probably going to be 90 kind of setup for Valdez. So inters, yes, full fuel to start with. Yes, because we might be going past... we might be going past lap 5 or 6, which I didn't want to do. I did not want to do. So that good has gone to great, which means a tiny bit lower downforce might go to excellent. Might go to excellent. Now, he wanted... He said it was non-responsive. He said it was non-responsive. Okay. So I've been thinking about this for a minute or so. Just pause the recording. But to me, unresponsive steering means you need more oversteer. And he's right at the end there. So do we go outside the mechanic recommendation? Like, I think we must. Really? I mean, Valdez wanted understeer. So I don't know why Cruz would want oversteer. But he said that it wasn't responsive enough. And if steering's not responsive, you know, you add some oversteer, and then it turns more as you turn the wheel, so it's more responsive. Surely I'm not just like completely getting this wrong. We want more top end speed, and we want more oversteer, don't we? And it's like poor, so we gotta have to like really ramp that up. Oh, I don't know if this makes sense to me. Something is screaming at me that the game wants understeer because of this mechanic recommendation, but Cruz said non-responsive. So I've got to go for oversteer. I've got to do it. Going on the Inters on full for 6 laps. So I mean, I've got to go with my driver here rather than the mechanics. Wouldn't be the first time. So Willem Evans and in the Santa Ana there from Predator on row 1. Cruz and Valdez for us on row 2. Danger Many at the back. Jean-Pierre Girard from Fireberg. John Sutter there. El Sadat, Sabado, Abelo, Varnanen, Antonov and Beauchamp, very dangerous driver. Cavalcanti, and of course Tanvajar, who is the championship leader. So 3rd and 4th, get a good start, Cruz. Get a good start. Oh, got a bad start. He got a bad start. He's now defending against Valdez. So that water is going to keep going down until lap 3. Let's go into pretty much overhead mode there. So Santa Ana there up into, oh my gosh, that's terrible by Evans. He's dropping down quite a lot there. But Valdez up into 4th. He went up into 3rd, dropped down. Now he's dropping down again. You can see Cruz though holding 2nd, so we are on target right now. Few people are starting to back up. Looks like the rain will pick up. You can see there a little bit there of rain is gonna start coming in. And no, the rain is slackening off back to Inters, boys. We do not want to mess with that too much. Believe me, and it looks like it goes up after that. Okay. So in that case, we're going to pit onto a 2nd set of Inters around lap, I want to say around lap 5. And we've got a good gap building up now with Cruz. A safety car or something happening with Santa Ana could be really good for us. Apart from that, I do think that we're probably just going to be sitting in 2nd place. So that track is getting really dry right now. So we're going to drop off a little bit until it starts raining again so that we don't kill the tyres. So Santa Ana is really setting up, and there is Beauchamp's crash. Are we going to have a safety car? If we have a safety car, I am pitting. If we have a safety car, I am pitting. So Valdez there drops into 6. It looks like Cruz there. Yeah. So hopefully, who came in? Santana. Yeah, they put on fresh. They put on fresh tires. So it is going to be intermediate. I'm going to fill up again because that didn't take us a long way. We're going to risk a fast one because we do have the mechanic bonus to bring that down to almost 25%. So low fuel but kill your tires, and the same for you. I mean, if you lock up, you're wrecked. So just keep pushing. And you're going to come in for exactly the same thing. 6 laps of fuel, new tires, balanced pit stop though. And hopefully Cruz will have got out of the way by that point. So there we go. Bad pit there. Bad pit, and Valdez is down into 5th. It's kind of where he was at the beginning of things though, so I'm okay with that. Now we're going to go on to medium fuel here because let them burn through their fuel. We're going to try and stretch ours out a bit. We're going to get the tyres up to warmth in this rain. It's going to drop off again, it looks like. So maybe around lap 8, lap 9, if it's not going to rain, which it doesn't look like it's going to do, that might be our tyre switch. So let's drop, push, and keep the tyres from overheating too much. Neutral. It looks like they're really overheating now. What is your engine? 29. Come on, Sergio. You've got to get to the end of this race. Oh. Yeah, I should have brought Valdez in there. I should have brought Valdez in. So we can conserve fuel and drop back with Valdez. We might hold these people up a bit. At the same time, I mean, lap 5, yeah, if we got 6 laps of fuel, I mean, on those super softs, because 5 gets us to the end of the race, 6 puts us in a good position. His car looks okay. Again, we're going to risk a fast one. Didn't really work out for us last time, but we're going to do it and then overtake and fuel because we're going to try and push as much as we can. And we're also going to pit on you for your super softs and get you to the end of the race as well. Do we fix that engine? I don't think that we do. I think we just go for a balanced pit stop with Valdez. So he's got one more lap then. I want to see him on high and attack. Hopefully that won't hurt the engine too much. But Cruz now coming in for a pit stop here. And that pit stop will be on to super softs, as most of these racers have already gone on. So there's a good gap here. Back to 3rd place, who is catching, but not quickly enough. And hopefully we will see Valdez holding up 3rd place enough. So there we go. That's going to see him do it. We're going to risk the tyres because who cares about that? Cruz is coming out of the pit stop as Valdez goes in. So Cruz now going to get that tyre wear up a little bit. We're going to go on push high. Great pit stop. We're actually out in 9th, so I'm okay. Again, push high. Now I know we've got excess fuel, so I'm going to watch and see what we can do. They're taking care of their tyres. We're not. 9th place Valdez, but at the moment Cruz is running very, very well. Sabado's catching Marchetta, it looks like. Ignore your engine, boys. Ignore the engine. Your engine is gonna be fine. Hopefully fine. Hopefully fine. So it looks like we're 7 seconds and dropping there, so let's throw the tyres up and hopefully get that gap back up. 7, 6, 7, 11. No, keep going on. No, no. There we go. So that's good enough to keep us out in the lead. Yes, I know, Cruz, but please, please make it to the end of this race. No, excess fuel. We're going to go for it when Valdez trying to move him up in the order. And yeah, I know. I know. Let's go back down to high. Let's go back down to push. I mean, on both. 14% on that engine. I mean, that's just got to hold out for 1.5 laps. That's all it's got to do. And we are 7.5 seconds ahead right now, which would see us win. So I'm gonna go down onto medium. And yeah, we're just gonna do that. Hopefully the engine makes it through. Hopefully the engine makes it through. Now if we pause here, we can see, yeah, you're probably okay. Go down to neutral. Tyres are a little too warm. I don't want to go down into neutral because we'll back off a little too much perhaps. 6% then. Next to is, there we go. Look at that race win. Cruz doing well. Cruz doing well. Let's go on to attack now and watch Valdez come in. There are people ahead of him, and if they run out of fuel or they have an issue, you could be seeing Valdez moving up the order, and there we go, look at that. Up into 7th, can't quite get top 6. He would have got it, but couldn't quite get there. 7th place from Valdez is a good finish. 1st place from Cruz, absolutely fantastic. That really, really impresses me that even with the rain coming in, we got our strategies right. We got a great, great driver at Cruz. There's a hat-trick. Achievement pop-up. Absolutely fantastic. And what a day in Belgium. What a day in Belgium. We pushed the tyres out extra on both our drivers. We went exactly the same strategy. A little bit better than other people, it seemed. And that meant we have fresher tyres for the last stint. We could really burn them if we needed to. So Cruz takes the win. Sabado and Mayo 2nd and 3rd. Dreyfus, Jean back in 5th. That's good points for him. Marchetta, Vannon and John Sear. Not a bad set of people around us. World's best boss. I'm not sure what that's about. No rules broken, of course. And there we go. Sabado gets an extra 2 points. That puts him actually up 1 extra point over Cruz. But it's big money. It's a race win once again. And that is fantastic. Now that moves us up from 18th and 19th into 14th and 15th. Not too much. Not too much, but another couple of races like that and we should be, you know, 4th and 5th maybe. Then we're starting to look better. Further back on the grid, but overall better. Up from 8th to 6th. And quite a big gap now to have over Archer in 8th. That means our target of 7th is looking really, really good. We're just going to keep pushing Cruz to wins and get Valdez inside that top 10. That is what we need to do this season, and we could finish up in 4th or maybe even 3rd. Not sure about 2nd, not sure that we've got it in us to win, but yeah, absolutely fantastic race. Love to see that. Love to see that. Made that look easy. Crazy awesome driver lineup. I am amazeballs apparently. I love seeing that. I love seeing that. So, excellent stuff. And yeah, that puts us in really, really good position. Like, I did not expect to like win that as fairly comfortably as we did. You know, I was a little worried about the parts that could have failed, but they didn't. I was a little worried towards the end of that race especially, but overall that's really, really, really good. So you can see the morale flying up on both drivers. We got some more mechanic things. And again, look at that race winner. So his morale goes up even further. Marketability up, happiness of the chairman up. Absolutely fantastic there. And we're only throwing 700,000 in at this point for next year's car. But now we've got $1 million in the bank as well. So I'm happy with that performance. As I say, I didn't really expect that. So let's head over to scouting them. Lorenzo Mori, he could be decent, it looks like. Good cornering, good focus. Rest of it's not bad. He could be a good second driver. Not great adaptability, not great fitness, but if you look at that, that is absolutely fantastic elsewhere. Rafael Rodriguez, if we could get rid of Valdez end of this season somehow, Rodriguez could be the person. So less morale, but he doesn't want enough money, and he also believes in aliens, which is a little disappointing. Let's have a look what Maury's got then. Scaredy Cat, not great, and Crash Big in Munich. So yeah, definitely not who we want. And of course Dembele is still there as a decent one. Ebony Tyler might be the driver to get, but right now Rodriguez is a number 2. That's not bad at all. I'll be fairly happy with that. I'll be fairly happy with that. Let's see what else we've got here. Let's go for our interview. Great win. Great team effort. And 7th. Wasn't a great drive, but he will bounce back. There we go. Let's get Valdez a little bit happier there. So race winner. Fantastic. One of the very best drivers and one of the top drivers. So that's kind of what we're looking at there. Car repair has been done, so when we look at the car now, we can see that the engines do still need work. We do know that. Now I really wanted to design a new engine, but that will put us way down. So okay, can we get the performance of that as well? 8.6, no. Okay. So we're not going to do that, but we're going to get the engine reliability up. That's going to be number 1. So 8 days and 6 days. And that means we can just work on reliability of other parts when they're done. But we'll have a good engine, a really good engine to give to crews at that point, compared to what we had before. And yeah, we can work on that gearbox, we can work on the reliability, work on the gearbox and brakes, and get the reliability of that suspension good enough where it won't fail. I think that's what we're gonna do there. So let's just move on forward then and see what else happens in the meantime. No mail, no nothing. Why did that stop? Because it's the WMC has a race at Guildford. It's Holtstrom, Sharp and Lippinen. Really? Chapman way down the order in his home Grand Prix. Interesting. He's down into 3rd with Wexler up in 1st. And the Rossini is still out in 1st. Great staff, great sponsors, the best drivers. I'm really happy with that right now. Headquarters and car, absolutely terrible, but hopefully next year that will change. So we're doing what we need to do. We're in good positions. Let's get Ebony Taylor scouted. 10 more days to see what that young driver is going to be like. I'm hoping she is going to be pretty good. Santa Ana might be leaving. Really? How good is Santa Ana? Not good. Okay. Not good. So finish scouting there, you can see. So let's go have a look at Ebony Tyler. So not as good. Not as good in feedback. Yeah. But younger. Not as much potential. So Rafael Rodriguez is definitely driver number 2 next season if we can get Valdez gone. That's gonna be tricky. But if a big team comes and poaches him and he breaks his contract, then I'm going to be happy with that. So 3 more days. Let's get the performance work done. And then we'll get that done. So 2 engines which aren't going to fail, one of which is really good. We can get that going, but that's not going to be a huge importance. Really, I want that because I don't want parts to fail. So 80s 100s, 80s 100s and 70s. So these 2 are 65 are definitely the ones we want to try and get up. Definitely what we want to try and get up. Let's just make sure Cruz is getting the better car because he is the driver impressing the most right now. And yeah, that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. What about that gearbox? I mean, anything we can get on that gearbox before the next race will be good. Something like that. Something like that might work. But But yeah, so far the season is going quite well. Very happy with how things are. And Sabato wants to leave Firebird. He's probably not someone that we would target either. So heading into this race weekend now at Munich, if we look at the improved parts, we can see not a ton. Up to 68% on those. Probably shouldn't have tried to put the gearbox in, to be fair. But yeah, I like the setup of the car. It's getting a little bit better each time. And that's putting us in a better place. So hopefully we can jump up the car rankings next season. Start building that team headquarters up. And like I say, if somehow we get rid of Valdez, he's got 29 months left on his contract. But if we can somehow find a way to get him out, rather than paying 2 million if someone comes in and bids for him, especially if they've got to pay the 2 million, I don't know who does. So yeah. Not sure about that one. Not sure about that one. Valdez, decent in the last race. The other two are poor. When you look here at Cruz, he's had one poor race and then two fantastic races. So I'm really happy with the way he is lining up right now. And we've got super soft tires wearing more slowly because they've been together long enough. That is absolutely fantastic. It would be nice to get something here, but Valdez really kills any kind of momentum in building a relationship, so that's not going to be the case. I think that again we're going to go for Trans-Antarctic, trying to get that big bonus for a second or above finish. The cars, I think, look good enough to me. We've got Cruz there, fairly happy. We've got Valdez unhappy, but that's just the way it's going to be. Acceleration, deceleration, and medium speed corners. So that's something to remember for the next one. But that'll happen in the next video. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I do hope you're enjoying the series. If you are, leave a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe for more content if you already haven't. And yeah, y'all take care, and I'll see you next time for the Munich GP out in Germany to see if we can get 3 wins in a row with Alessandro Cruz.